How to register a company limited by shares in Ghana. In my last video, I shared how to register a partnership business in Ghana with you. In this particular video today, I am going to show you how to register your company limited by shares, where you as an entrepreneur want to separate your personal assets from the assets of your business. A limited liability company is the best vehicle for the venture you would go into. This is because a company is treated as a separate legal entity and is recognized by law as a human being, as a person. This means that when the company owes money, for instance, the personal assets of the director and shareholders cannot be attached to satisfy the debt, except in some limited instances. That is only when the company was registered, not limited by shares. Although not usual, if you do not want to limit your liability in respect of the company, you may decide to set up an unlimited liability company. This means that when the company owes money, your assets as a shareholder and all its shareholders may be used to satisfy the debt. The law requires every company to be registered before the company can do business in Ghana. To register a company in Ghana, there are 10 procedures you will need to go through. The first is for you to meet the minimum requirements for registering a company. Under these requirements, you need the name. The name of the business shall not be misleading or undesirable, and the last word should be limited. The second requirement is the directors. A company shall have at least 2 directors. These 2 directors must be competent in law to be directors and should have consented in writing to be directors before being appointed as directors. Point number 3, under meeting the requirements, are shareholders. A company shall have at least 1 shareholder. Where the company is a private company, it shall not have more than 50 shareholders. The fourth under this is auditor. A company shall have an auditor. Fifth is a company shall have a secretary. And the sixth under this is regulations. The regulations are the rules governing the business entity and serves as a contract between the company and its shareholders, directors, and officers. Point number 7, under the requirements to register as a limited liability company, are the objects, which is objectives. This refers to the purpose for which the business has been set up. The objects must be lawful in order for the company to be registered. When the above minimum requirements have been satisfied, the following must be complied with, which is our procedure number 2, name search. You have to submit the proposed name of the company to the Registrar General's Department to ascertain whether the name of the company is available. Where the name or similar version of the name is being used by another entity, the registrar may refuse to register the company with the name you have supplied. Where the name is misleading, the registrar may also refuse to register the company with that name. But where the name is available, the entrepreneur, which is you, may apply to reserve the name or may proceed to apply to to the registrar of companies for the company to be incorporated with the chosen name. After the name search is complete and the name you want to give to your company is available, the next, which is the procedure number 3, is tax identification. You have to obtain a tax identification number for each director and shareholder of the company. The procedure for the tax identification is the same as mentioned in the previous video on partnership. You may want to go back to see that video. Procedure number 4, after getting your tax identification, is to register your company. The procedure for registering the company includes you purchase a registration form at the Registrar General's Department, or you download the forms on the Registrar General's website. Then you complete and submit the registration forms, which consist of A, regulations, B, Form 3, C is Form 4, and then D is tax registration form. The step 3 is for you to pay the registration fee. And the payment is 0.5% of the stated capital of the company. The step 5 to register the company is to receive your certificate of incorporation, certificate to commence business, and certified copies of Form 3, Form 4, and the regulations when the registration is complete. A TIN, which is the tax identification number, will also be generated for the company. Remember, there's difference between the tax identification numbers for directors and shareholders and tax identification number for the company. Procedure number 5 is the list of items you require to be able to complete the form very well. So under procedure number 5, after you get your form, the things you need, the information you need to supply include particulars of the first directors, their present name, former names, nationality, residential address, occupation, details of other directorships, TIN number, among others. Particulars of the company secretary, the name and address of the auditor, the company's registered offices and post office box number, the stated capital of the company, the actual consideration for shares issued, name, address, date of birth, nationality, occupation, and TIN of the shareholder or shareholders. Procedure number 6 is for you to pay the fees required. The current fee for a registration form is 10 Ghana cedis. The current official fee for registering a company is 175 Ghana cedis, which you will pay. Then you proceed to pay 0.5% of the stated capital of the company. Assuming your stated capital you filled on the form is 10,000 Ghana cedis. So you pay 0.5% of 10,000 Ghana cedis as part of your fees to register the company. The 7th, after making payments, is registered with the Ghana Revenue Authority. After the company has been incorporated, it has to be registered with the Ghana Revenue Authority. Upon completion of the registration, the company will be given a certificate authorizing it to collect value-added tax, VAT, and the National Health Insurance Levy, NHIL. The company will also be given a unique number in respect of the payment of domestic taxes, including income tax. For the first year of operation, a provisional tax based on an assessment of the projected earnings of the company will be paid. Where the company does not do any business, 0 returns shall be filed. However, as soon as the business becomes a going concern, the provisional assessment will be made. With regards to VAT, which is VAT, the company is required to file VAT returns monthly, and the deadline is the 15th day of the subsequent month. Where the company does not collect any VAT for the period under review, a nil return shall be filed. Procedure for registering with the Ghana Revenue Authority includes: you obtain and complete the GRA registration form. Before a VAT certificate will be issued, the revenue officers will inspect the physical location of your business. Then you pay the provisional tax assessment. Then the registration requirements for GRA certificate also includes the certificate of incorporation of your company, certificate to commence business, regulations of your company, and then detailed curricular vitae of the directors of the company, which includes you. The 8th procedure to register your company includes you register with the Social Security. It is mandatory for employers, in this case you, to ensure that all your employees are registered with SNIT and to pay contributions on behalf of your employees. Procedure for registering with the SNIT includes: you obtain and complete the SNIT registration form, you submit the form and receive the certification of registration when the registration is complete, and the documents required for you to do this include the certificate of incorporation of your company, certificate to commence business of your company, Form 3, Form 4, and then regulations of your company. When you submit this to Senate, then your Senate identification numbers will be given to you. The ninth procedure to register your company in Ghana is to register with the local government. Every company is required to obtain a business operating permit from the local government authority. The procedure for registering with the local government, that is the district assembly, includes you obtain and complete the application form. You submit the form and pay the application fee. The documents required include the certificate of your company's incorporation, the certificate to commence business, the Form 3, the Form 4, the regulations of your company as well. The fees for business incorporating permits are paid annually. Fees depend on the location of the business and the objectives of your company. The last but not the least is to register with the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, GIPC, where the company is the local subsidiary of a foreign company or where shares in the company are held by a person who is not a citizen of Ghana. The company must be registered with the Ghana Investment Promotion Center. The procedure for registering with the GIPC includes you open an account with a bank in Ghana, you transfer the foreign shareholders' equity into the bank account, you obtain confirmation of funds transfer from the Bank of Ghana, then you obtain GIPC registration form from the GIPC offices, you complete and submit it to the GIPC. Then the GIPC will then issue the company with a GIPC certificate. Then the GIPC shall also give you automatic quotas if you are to employ any foreign employees. The registration requirements for the GIPC registration includes regulations of the local company, that is, in this case, that is your company, the certificate of incorporation of your company, certificate to commence business, then Form 3 and Form 4, the Bank of Ghana equity transfer confirmation letter, and where the foreign shareholder is a corporate entity, then the entity's constitutional documents, and where the foreign shareholder is a listed entity, then a listing certificate. Clearly, you can see the volume of work required to register and to do business as a company limited by shares. You can see the procedure is so cumbersome than when we talked about a sole proprietor and a partnership registration. And in fact, the procedure is cumbersome, but the benefits and advantages of being but the advantages of registering as a limited liability company are far more than a sole proprietor or a partnership. Having watched this video up to this point, I want to give you a bonus. Look, under the requirements for registering a company, you heard about an auditor, a secretary, and all those stuff. Look, go ahead. If registering a limited liability company meets your objectives, go ahead, pick the form. You will always find certain people like auditors. You will always find people like secretaries who can stand in for you as and when you need them, and not to keep them in your books as employees that you pay for always. The procedure as enumerated above relates to Ghana. However, almost all countries have similar methods of company registration. If you paid attention to this video today, you will have no problem registering your company anywhere you are in the world. Thank you so much for watching. See you in our next video.